The web of deception. Michael's arrest rocks Port Charles as Drew's shocking plan unfolds. Detective Dante Falcone's relentless investigation into Drew Cain's shooting has finally yielded the breakthrough he's been searching for. In a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves through Port Charles, Dante has uncovered what appears to be damning evidence against Michael Corinthos. But the truth behind this revelation may be far more sinister than anyone could have imagined. The discovery came through a routine canvassing of the neighborhood surrounding Drew's residence. A car camera from a vehicle parked across the street captured crucial footage from the night of the shooting, showing Michael entering Drew's house just minutes before gunshots rang out, followed by Michael's hurried departure from the scene. For Dante, this seemed like the smoking gun he needed to close the case. The arrest that shocked Port Charles. With the video evidence in hand, Dante wasted no time in making his move. The arrest of Michael Corinthos sent ripples of disbelief throughout the community, particularly among those who know Michael's character. Despite his complex history, few could believe that he would resort to attempted murder, especially against someone like Drew. When confronted with the footage, Michael found himself trapped in an impossible position. The evidence was undeniable. There he was, clear as day, entering and leaving Drew's house at the exact time of the shooting. Yet Michael knew with absolute certainty that he hadn't pulled the trigger. Someone had orchestrated this elaborate frame job, and he was powerless to prove his innocence. "I didn't shoot Drew," Michael maintained during his interrogation, his voice steady despite the mounting evidence against him. But without an alibi and with video proof of his presence at the scene, his protests seemed hollow. The weight of circumstantial evidence was crushing, and even his family struggled to reconcile what they were seeing with the man they thought they knew. Family loyalty in crisis. The arrest has torn at the very fabric of the Corinthos family. Carly and Sonny, despite their complicated relationship with Michael in recent months, refuse to believe their son is capable of attempted murder. Their faith in Michael's innocence has galvanized them into action, determined to find the real perpetrator and clear their son's name. "This isn't who Michael is," Carly declared, her voice breaking with emotion. "Someone is trying to destroy our family, and I won't let them succeed." Her maternal instincts, combined with her street-smart understanding of Port Charles politics, have her convinced that this is part of a larger scheme designed to bring down the Corinthos family. Sonny has begun mobilizing his resources to investigate the shooting independently. His connections and experience with frame jobs have him suspicious of the convenient nature of the evidence against Michael. The timing seems too perfect. The circumstances too neat for someone as careful as Michael would typically be. The custody consequence. Perhaps the most heartbreaking aspect of Michael's arrest is its immediate impact on his children's living situation. With their father now incarcerated awaiting trial, custody of Wiley and Amelia has automatically reverted to Willow. This dramatic shift has created exactly the scenario that many suspected was the ultimate goal all along. Willow's reaction to gaining custody has been a mixture of relief and concern. While she's overjoyed to have her children back, she insists she never wanted it to happen this way. "I never wanted Michael to be arrested," she's told anyone who will listen. "All I ever wanted was what was best for Wiley and Amelia." Yet those close to the situation can't help but notice how quickly Willow has adapted to the new arrangement. Within hours of Michael's arrest, she had moved the children back and begun establishing new routines. Her efficiency in handling the transition has raised eyebrows among those who wonder if she might have been more prepared for this outcome than she's letting on. Drew's mysterious agenda. As Michael sits in his jail cell, a disturbing theory has begun to emerge among those investigating the case independently. The evidence against Michael, while compelling, seems almost too perfect. The camera angle that captured his arrival and departure, the timing of the footage, even the convenient discovery of the recording, it all feels orchestrated rather than coincidental. Drew's behavior since regaining consciousness has also raised red flags. His immediate and aggressive push to implicate Michael, despite claiming to have no memory of the actual shooting, strikes many as suspicious. If Drew truly couldn't remember who shot him, why would he be so certain of Michael's guilt? The answer may lie in Drew's promise to Willow months ago that he would do whatever it took to help her regain custody of her children. Drew has proven repeatedly that he's willing to go to extreme lengths to achieve his goals, from blackmailing judges to manipulating evidence. Could he have taken the ultimate step and arranged his own shooting to frame Michael? The self-inflicted conspiracy. The theory gaining traction among those closest to the case is both shocking and plausible. Drew orchestrated his own shooting as part of an elaborate plan to remove Michael from the picture permanently. By framing Michael for attempted murder, Drew could eliminate his rival for Willow's affections while simultaneously giving Willow back her children. A twisted two-birds-one-stone solution. The plan would have required careful coordination and precise timing. Drew would need to ensure that Michael was at his house at just the right moment to be captured on camera. He would need to arrange for the shooting to occur in a way that would implicate Michael, while still allowing himself to survive. The fact that Drew survived 2 gunshot wounds that could have easily been fatal suggests that the shooter had intimate knowledge of exactly where to aim. This theory also explains Drew's remarkable recovery and his immediate focus on implicating Michael, rather than focusing on his own healing. A man who had genuinely been the victim of an assassination attempt would likely be more concerned with his own safety, rather than immediately pointing fingers at suspects. The race for truth. As the legal proceedings against Michael begin, the race to uncover the truth has intensified. Diane Miller has taken on Michael's defense, bringing her considerable legal expertise to bear on what appears to be an impossible case. Her strategy focuses on poking holes in the prosecution's timeline and questioning the convenient nature of the evidence. Meanwhile, Carly and Sonny's independent investigation has begun to yield interesting results. Their examination of Drew's recent activities has revealed some suspicious behavior in the days leading up to the shooting. Additionally, they've discovered that Drew made several phone calls to unknown numbers in the hours before Michael's arrival at his house. The most intriguing piece of evidence comes from Jason Morgan, whose investigative skills have uncovered inconsistencies in Drew's account of events. The details of Drew's story don't add up when examined closely, particularly his claim of having no memory while simultaneously being certain of Michael's guilt. The unraveling truth. The carefully constructed web of lies that Drew has woven is beginning to show signs of strain. His insistence on Michael's guilt becomes more desperate with each passing day, especially as new evidence emerges that contradicts his account of events. His refusal to consider alternative suspects makes him appear less like a victim seeking justice, and more like a man trying to protect a secret. As the truth about Drew's deception begins to emerge, the pressure on law enforcement to reopen the investigation intensifies. Anna Devane recognizes the growing body of evidence that suggests Michael may have been framed. Her experience with complex cases makes her particularly attuned to the signs of manipulation. The question now becomes whether they can gather enough evidence to prove Drew's guilt. Before Michael's trial begins, the legal system moves slowly, and Michael's freedom hangs in the balance as investigators race to uncover the full scope of Drew's plan. As Port Charles waits for the truth to emerge, one thing is certain: the revelation of Drew's elaborate deception will send shockwaves through the community. The question is no longer whether Michael is innocent, but whether justice will prevail before irreparable damage is done to all their lives. Next, we will dive deep into the heartbreaking news surrounding Monica Quartermain's passing, and the emotional farewell that awaits her loved ones. In the world of Port Charles, tragedy strikes hard as the iconic Monica Quartermain faces her final curtain call this week. On ABC General Hospital, the Quartermain family, along with the extended circle of friends and foes, will embark on a poignant journey of mourning and remembrance for this pillar of strength, who has shaped so many lives over the decades. As the matriarch who navigated countless storms with grace and grit, Monica's departure leaves a void that's impossible to fill, prompting reflections on her legacy of resilience, family loyalty, and unyielding determination. We'll explore not just the immediate aftermath, but also the potential for long-awaited reunions at her funeral, where old wounds might heal or resurface amid the grief. Imagine the Quartermain mansion, usually buzzing with schemes and secrets, now shrouded in silence as everyone processes this profound loss. The writers have a golden opportunity here to honor her character by bringing back familiar faces, weaving in threads of history that remind us why General Hospital has captivated audiences for generations. Delving into the specifics of Monica's tragic end, leaks suggest the discovery unfolds midweek, likely on Tuesday or Wednesday, painting a somber picture of her peaceful exit in her sleep. Young Danny Morgan, with his innocent eyes and growing connection to the family legacy, stumbles upon her, a moment that could forever change his perspective on life and loss. He might first confide in his Aunt Tracy Quartermain, whose sharp tongue often hides a heart full of affection, or perhaps reach out directly to his father, Jason Morgan, the stoic protector who's no stranger to heartbreak. Whichever way it plays out, sources hint it could flip between these scenarios. The news spreads like wildfire through the household, By Wednesday, Jason is seen making that dreaded call to emergency services, his voice steady, but his world crumbling. In the midst of this chaos, confirmed spoilers highlight a tender bond forming between Tracy and Jason, as they share memories of Monica's fierce spirit, her medical prowess that saved countless lives at General Hospital, and her role as the glue holding the Quartermaines together through scandals and triumphs. This unexpected closeness adds layers to their dynamic, perhaps revealing untold stories from Monica's past that Jason never knew, like her early days as an ambitious doctor fighting for respect in a male-dominated field. As autumn leaves begin to fall, aligning perfectly with the storyline's timeline just a week shy of the official season change, Monica's funeral promises to be a centerpiece of raw emotion and heartfelt tributes. Spoilers confirm that Jason and Tracy bear the heaviest burdens of sorrow, their grief amplified by years of shared history with the woman who raised Jason and stood as Tracy's steadfast ally and occasional rival. Jason, stepping into the spotlight, is slated to deliver a moving eulogy, pouring out words that capture Monica's essence, her wisdom in the operating room, her protective instincts over her children, and her ability to forgive even the deepest betrayals. The memorial service is bound to evoke tears from characters and viewers alike, especially considering Leslie Charleston's legendary portrayal that spanned eras, from the show's golden years to modern twists. Fans who've followed her journey will feel the weight of this goodbye, reminiscing about iconic moments like her battles with alcoholism or her enduring love for Alan Quartermaine. To make this event truly memorable, the showrunners could surprise us with returns that bridge gaps in the Quartermaine saga, including characters who've faded into the background or vanished entirely, offering a chance to revisit unresolved plots and family ties that have lingered in the shadows for too long. Focusing on the core Quartermaine clan expected to gather, Ned Ashton and his wife Olivia Falconeri are poised to make a much-needed appearance, their presence essential despite their recent scarcity on screen. Ned, with his deep-rooted history as Monica's stepson and once her scandalous romantic interest back in the era of Luke and Laura's adventures, shares a bond forged in fire. Think of those dramatic days when their affair shocked Port Charles, blending passion with family drama. Olivia, ever the fiery spirit, may have clashed with Monica over the years, especially during the rocky start of her marriage to Ned, but their mutual respect grew into something genuine, highlighted by shared laughs over Italian cooking sessions or advice on raising the next generation. We can't forget their son, Leo Quartermaine, who's been absent since around late April 2024. His innocent charm and neurodivergent perspective could bring a touching innocence to the proceedings, perhaps sharing a simple, heartfelt memory of Monica reading him bedtime stories about brave doctors. Their attendance isn't just obligatory, it's a nod to the family's enduring, if complicated, unity, with new invented elements like Olivia organizing a post-funeral gathering, featuring Monica's favorite recipes to honor her memory in a warm, personal way, extending the circle. Brooklyn Quartermaine and her husband Harrison Chase are certain to be front and center, their hearts heavy with loss for the grandmother figure who watched Brooklyn grow from a rebellious teen to a poised woman. Brooklyn, or BLQ as fans affectionately call her, will likely channel her grief into supporting her grandmother Tracy, offering comfort through shared songs or quiet conversations about Monica's influence on her music career, perhaps even composing original melody in her honor that plays softly during the service. Chase, the dedicated detective, might reflect on Monica's ethical guidance that mirrored his own moral compass, adding depth to their mourning. Joining them, Dante Falconeri's son Joe, fresh from his time living at the mansion, will undoubtedly attend, with his close friend Emma by his side. The duo's youthful energy contrasting the somber mood, yet their genuine affection for Monica shines through in memories of her encouraging their dreams. Like Gio's violin practices in the grand living room, Emma, with her adventurous spirit inherited from her parents, could share tales of Monica's travels that inspired her own wanderlust. These familiar faces, though recently underutilized, reinforced the theme of family solidarity, with invented twists like Joe discovering an old photo album of Monica's youth that sparks emotional revelations during the gathering, shifting to more surprising elements at the funeral. Jason's role as the eulogist sets the stage for intimate family moments, with his son Danny by his side, processing the loss in his quiet, thoughtful way, perhaps drawing strength from memories of Monica teaching him about astronomy. On starry nights at the mansion, questions arise about Jason's other son, Jake Weber, who's been off-screen since July of last year. His potential return could add a layer of complexity, as Jake grapples with his grandmother's absence while navigating his own identity struggles, maybe even sharing an invented story of Monica helping him through a school project. On family history, speculation swirls round Jason's personal life. Too. Will Britt Westburn, with her sharp wit and complicated past, accompany him as a supportive partner, offering a shoulder during this vulnerable time? Or might Carly Corinthos Spencer, ever the force of nature, push her way into the spotlight, insisting on speaking despite Monica's well-known disdain for her, perhaps delivering a speech that highlights their adversarial yet respectful dynamic over the years? Like the times Carly sought Monica's medical advice in crises, this could stir invented tensions, with Carly revealing a secret letter Monica left her, urging forgiveness. Finally, the wildcard attendee is Sonny Corinthos, whose presence could ignite controversy given his dark history of killing Monica's son, a Quartermania act that fractured the family irreparably. Tracy and Ned's long-standing grudge against Sonny adds fuel to the fire, making his potential appearance a powder keg of emotions. He might justify it as support for Jason, his longtime ally, but respect for Monica's wishes should keep him away, perhaps leading to an invented subplot where Sonny sends a discreet floral arrangement, with a note of regret. If he does show, it could force confrontations that revisit AJ's murder, blending grief with unresolved anger, yet also opening doors for unexpected healing. Jason's divided loyalties might come into play, torn between family and friendship, enriching the narrative with moral dilemmas. As the Quartermains and their circle bid farewell, this funeral isn't just an end, it's a catalyst for new beginnings, honoring Monica's enduring impact on Port Charles. Next, we will uncover the thrilling twists surrounding Jason Morgan's daring rescue of Dr. Britt Westburn from a mysterious Casadini stronghold. In the shadowy underbelly of Port Charles' most enigmatic family, Jason Morgan emerges as the unlikely hero, bursting into a luxurious yet sinister Casadini hideaway to liberate Dr. Britt Westburn from her gilded cage. This high-stakes operation not only reunites old allies, but also drags in unexpected faces, like Jocelyn Jacks, whom Jason has watched over like family ever since her mother Carly Spencer's turbulent life. Intertwined with his own, Jocelyn, with her fierce independence and sharp instincts honed from years of navigating Corinthos family drama, finds herself caught in the crossfire, perhaps stumbling upon clues that hint at deeper conspiracies involving ancient Casadini artifacts, hidden in the compound's secret vaults. The rescue scene pulses with tension, as Jason's calculated moves disarming guards with precision and decoding encrypted lockshylite. His evolution from a brooding enforcer to a strategic savior, Britt, ever the resilient doctor with a penchant for sarcasm, appears to have adapted to her captivity by indulging in the opulent perks. From sun-drenched terraces overlooking crystal-clear waters, to exotic cocktails mixed with rare island fruits, and even daily spa treatments that mask the underlying dread. Yet, beneath this facade of paradise lies a chilling reality. Her confinement is no vacation, enforced by unseen forces that dangle the promise of cutting-edge medical miracles to keep her compliant, weaving a web of psychological manipulation that tests her limits. As the adrenaline of the escape fades, Britt confronts the harsh truth of her vulnerability, realizing she's merely a pawn in a grander scheme orchestrated by someone she once trusted implicitly, who wouldn't hesitate to sacrifice her if it served their agenda. This betrayal cuts deep, echoing her past heartbreaks, like the loss of her mother Liesel Obrich's affections or the failed romances that left her guarded. Spoilers tease that Britt's awakening comes during a heated confrontation post-rescue, where she pieces together fragmented memories of whispered conversations and shadowy figures, perhaps involving an invented experimental serum derived from Casadini lore, that temporarily halts her Huntington's symptoms, but at a terrifying cost to her autonomy. The treatment, administered in a state-of-the-art lab disguised as a wellness retreat, might have lured her in with visions of a normal life dancing at galas without tremors. Pursuing her medical career unhindered but now exposes the strings attached, forcing her to question loyalties and alliances in Port Charles. Jason, standing by as her protector, could offer invented backstory details, revealing how he uncovered the plot through anonymous tips from a network of underground informants, adding layers of intrigue that tie back to his own history of being manipulated by powerful families. This realization propels Britt into a new arc of empowerment, vowing to dismantle the operation from within, perhaps teaming up with Jocelyn for a covert investigation that uncovers forged documents and hidden alliances. blending her medical expertise with Jocelyn's youthful determination, diving deeper into the mastermind behind this elaborate trap. Rumors swirl that the entire setup bears the unmistakable mark of Britt's infamous father, Caesar Faison, the diabolical genius whose name echoes through the storyline like an ominous refrain, mentioned in cryptic messages and overheard plots. Faison's legacy of terror, from his obsessive pursuits to his biochemical experiments, seems to live on, possibly through a posthumous plan activated by loyal acolytes who view Britt as the key to unlocking his unfinished work on genetic manipulation. Invented elements could include a secret journal Faison left behind, discovered in the hideaway, detailing his twisted vision of creating a superior bloodline immune to diseases like Huntington's, with Britt as the unwilling test subject. This connection heightens the drama, as characters reference his past atrocities, kidnaps, mind control schemes, and alliances with villains like Helena Casada, painting a picture of a family curse that Britt can't escape. The spoilers suggest this operation is a direct extension of his villainy, perhaps funded by black market dealings in rare pharmaceuticals, forcing Britt to grapple with her heritage while Jason provides the muscle to confront any remaining henchmen. As the plot thickens, it raises questions about inherited darkness, with Britt wondering if her own moral ambiguities stem from Faison's DNA, adding psychological depth to her character arc amid the sun-soaked but sinister backdrop. Shifting focus to shocking returns that could upend everything. ABC General Hospital News confirms the comeback of Ryan Pavey as Nathan West, Britt's beloved brother whose presumed death left a void in her life and the hearts of fans. Speculation runs wild that Nathan, once the epitome of integrity as a dedicated detective who protected the innocent with unwavering resolve, might re-emerge twisted by his experiences, embracing the villainous path paved by their father Faison. Imagine Nathan, scarred from whatever ordeal resurrected him, perhaps a Casadini experiment that altered his psychono, wielding his investigative skills for nefarious purposes, like orchestrating heists or manipulating evidence to shield criminal enterprises. Invented twists could involve Nathan infiltrating Port Charles under a false identity, his caring facade cracking to reveal a cold calculation, driven by resentment over his family's fractured past or a desire to claim Faison's empire. This transformation would devastate Britt, forcing a sibling showdown where she pleads with him to remember the brother who once saved her from their father's clutches, perhaps flashing back to invented childhood memories of Nathan shielding her from Faison's rages. In a remote European hideout, the rumors paint a picture of Nathan as a fallen hero, his protective instincts warped into possessive control, setting the stage for explosive confrontations that blend family loyalty with moral ambiguity. Extending the family intrigue, the spotlight turns to Peter August, another of Faison's sons and Britt's half-brother, whose own history of villainy from his role in deadly schemes to his manipulative games. With Maxie Jones raises alarms about a potential alliance of evil siblings. Peter, presumed dead after his chaotic downfall, could resurface as part of this Casadini plot, his intellect amplified by forbidden technologies that enhance his cunning, making him an even deadlier foe. Spoilers and fan theories speculate that both brothers, Nathan and Peter, have succumbed to their father's dark influence, forming a trio of terror that threatens Port Charles with coordinated attacks, perhaps targeting key figures like Anna Devane for her past in thwarting Faison. Invented elements might include a secret brotherhood pact, forged in the shadows of their upbringing, where Peter mentors a corrupted Nathan in the arts of deception, using advanced gadgets like mind-altering devices to bend others to their will. Britt, caught in the middle, faces the ultimate test of blood ties versus justice, potentially allying with Jason and Jocelyn to expose their plans, leading to high-octane chases through hidden Casadini tunnels. This development explores themes of nature versus nurture, questioning if Faison's evil is genetic or a choice, while delivering pulse-pounding drama that keeps viewers on the edge. As these threads converge, the rescue of Britt Westburn spirals into a larger saga of family secrets, betrayals, and redemptions, with Jason's heroism igniting a chain reaction that could reshape alliances in Port Charles. The luxurious captivity, laced with medical temptations and paternal shadows, sets the stage for Britt's growth, while the ominous returns of her brothers promise villainous twists that echo Faison's enduring menace. Fans can anticipate emotional reckonings, fierce confrontations, and perhaps unlikely heroes emerging from the chaos, all woven into the fabric of General Hospital's timeless storytelling.